Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Off the Wall Nerds podcast. I am your host, Greg, on the channel with Mongoose Gaming. I am rolling solo tonight, as I've let people know. Justin, our illustrious co-host and producer of the show, is still not feeling well from his hospital ordeal. He had a bit of a problem. He went to the hospital. They did get him fixed up. He is fine. He thanks everybody for the well wishes. But because of the meds he is on, he will not be on tonight's podcast. So it is just me. But in order to spice things up a bit, quite literally, so we're gonna have some fun here in a bit. I have some new not hot sauce, but hot salsa, courtesy of Lone Stars. I just said in our Discord, so I'll do that here in just a little bit. Quick rundown of what we're gonna be talking about tonight. We'll do a quick review of the Orville New Horizons season 3 show. We'll also talk about, well, I say we, I will talk about Camp Cretaceous and the end of the Jurassic era, as it does tidy up some loose ends from Fallen Kingdom and Dominion that were purposely left as loose ends that the show filled in. And the heat we had, oh god, heat salsa. Okay, the puns are not scripted, I swear. And the news we have coming out of San Diego Comic-Con. Now, all this, all the stuff, all the shows, movies, has some great stuff coming out. But we're going to talk about the heavy hitters, especially Marvel bringing down the house. There was no question that they always were going to own San Diego Comic-Con, especially it's been a couple of years. We're glad to see it finally back. Marvel brought it hardcore. DC did not disappoint. Now, there were rumors Henry Cavill would show up. He was not there, but again, they did not disappoint. We got some good looks at a couple of their movies coming out, and The Walking Dead actually has some good stuff coming out. Now, granted, there is some show fatigue with Walking Dead, but we'll talk about it, see how it's going there. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start off with the Orville. The Orville we had. Okay, now that we're back, good lord, that is not a way to start a podcast. Um, so anyway, as I was saying, we're talking about Orville Midnight Blue, the season 3 episode. This was basically a small movie. It was about an hour and a half long, and it jumped right into it. We get Havina back. She is the leader of the female Moclan colony that was designated to be protected, not necessarily by Union, but the Moclans have agreed not to interfere if she also agreed to no longer smuggle female Moclan babies. Quick backstory: the Moclan is a single-sex species. They do, however, force their babies to undergo surgery to become all male. Um, so of course we get the colony is flourishing. Now again, she has stopped her operation. The Moclans go there to, of course, check it out. And then Union sends their own representative. And as they're there, of course, Bortus takes his daughter Topa, and she meets Havina. And of course, Havina is an icon on Moclus for females and people everywhere for what she's done. And she informs Topa that she has restarted her efforts to start smuggling the female babies. And this, of course, Topa blindly agrees to help her out. And yeah, it does not go well from there. Topa is captured. She's kidnapped, beaten, and tortured for the information she was given by Havina. And it gets worse from there as Havina refuses to basically acknowledge that she's restarted operations. So she's forced to meet. I'm laughing here because they get Dolly Parton, of all people, to cameo in this episode. The queen of country herself, the queen of good humanity these days. She was able to cameo in the show, and she played herself as Havina has a history with Dolly Parton, is that Captain Mercer introduced her to Dolly Parton's music, and Havina ran with it. So she talks to a holographic simulation of Dolly Parton, and she then changes her mind to then discuss the issue with the Union Council, and she agrees to basically say, yes, I've restarted operations. But if she does that by giving herself up, she saves Topa's life, because the Mocklins are then forced to undergo an investigation admitting they kidnapped and tortured Topa. This doesn't go the way they exactly planned, because they're like, well, there's no evidence of this, until Bortus brings Topa to the council, unfortunately very badly beaten, and then the Union takes action, and they expel Mocklins from the Union. The Union stands alone. The Krill, they lost their Krill allies in, I believe, the second episode. They've now lost Mocklins, and the Genesi are still on the fence about whether or not they're going to help. And the teaser we saw from next week's episode is the Union will be fighting a two-front war with the Kalon and with the Krill. Now, we do get a glimpse of some Mocklin ships, but we don't know if they're going to be helping or if the Union is just passing through. As far as this goes, now this episode hit a bit of a touchy spot. GoFest is over. Well, hello, Miss Evil F. Yes, GoFest is officially over. GoFest Seattle is what he's talking about, so he did get a good haul. 186 shinies. There you go. How is the volume? Is the music okay? The volume okay? If you can let me know that in a second. It sounded fine to me a little bit ago. But as we were talking about Orville, the reason this hit with me, sounds good, cool. The reason this episode hit with me is that one thing I didn't mention is that if you've been watching the show, Clyden, Topa's other father, returns. Of course, he gets news about what happened to her. Mercer did tell him what happened. He, of course, comes to the Orville and sees her as she's recovering. And the last time we see Clyden, he tells Topa that because she underwent the surgery, she chose to go back to being a female instead of being forced to be male. And he told Topa that he wishes she was never born. You know, stuff parents should never say to their kids. That rubbed me the wrong way. I don't want to say survivor, like I'm not that type of person, but as someone who went through parental abuse and parental neglect, having the younger sibling favored. Now, granted, Topa's a single child, or an only child, but me being basically neglected and abused by my mother growing up without a dad, that did not sit well with me. It's like, oh, they just walked Clyden back. I'm like, hell no. So on a personal level, that does not sit well with me. But people were, of course, praising the performances. Now, remember, the actors give these performances to basically say, I'm going to play this role so well, you're going to hate me. Now, remember, don't hate the actors. You can hate the characters. But that's just something on a personal level that did not resonate well with me, letting Clyden back. If that was my situation, I would have told her, told him to leave. But that's me. People do forgive, others don't. But overall, a decent episode. For the Orville fans, this is the penultimate, if you will, because there are 2 more episodes, but it is a 2-parter season finale. And we know they're going to fight the Kalon. We know the Kalon War is really going to kick into gear here, because the Union the Union is alone. They've lost 2 of their most important allies, so we know the Kalon's going to attack. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be a, how do I want to say this? Like convenient, oh, the Mocklins are your allies again, or the Krill are your allies again, or that they just team up. Like they don't so much sign a treaty, but all 3 just band together and fight off the Kalon. Because the Kalon can either just take them on one by one and win, or they're going to attack the Union first. So from what we're seeing, the Kalon are going to be fighting the Union is fighting the Krill. It's not looking good for our Orville show. But that being said, the Orville does conclude in 2 weeks' time, this Thursday, the 28th. And then a week later on the 4th will be the season finale. And for those of you wondering, well, not wondering, I don't know why this was made, but the Orville will be going on Disney Plus now, not moving to Disney Plus. It will stay on Hulu. The new episodes will be on Hulu, but Orville will be on Disney Plus and Hulu simultaneously beginning August 10th. That will be after the season finale and hopefully a season 4 renewal. Now, personally for me, I really hope the show gets to season 4. There have been rumblings that the show's been, canceled. However, the producers and Seth MacFarlane himself has said the show's not canceled. It is up to the fans to bring the viewership numbers where they can justify greenlighting a 4th season, maybe even a movie. Now, movie things have been going for a while, so we'll see how that goes. And yeah, so I'm waiting to see now if Lone Star is going to pop in and watch, because I have something to try. As I showed at the beginning of the, I don't know, I'm gonna call it podcast. At the beginning of the podcast, as I'm a one-man show, um, I have this New Mexico Salsa Mountain Park Ghost Pepper Salsa, the Bistro Wild Game Bistro Market. I was gonna eat it yesterday, but decided to wait for the podcast and let's see if Lone Star will pop in. So I'm gonna open it and smell it. Now it is nice and cold. Hold on. Oh my god. For Orville fans, so Laura, open this jar of pickles for me. Oh my god, I can't. There we go. All right. Now I'm gonna do the stupid thing. I'm gonna go of course, smell it beforehand. Oh man. That smells amazing. But holy shit, are my sinuses clear? Hold on. Oh. Okay. That's good shit. Bring some. Okay, yeah. You know what? That's a good idea. I will just go. I'll try a little bit of this, and I will bring it to the barbecue. I was gonna bring my last dab, right above my head here, but the triple X right here. I was gonna bring that one. I do have a full bottle of that, but I'm gonna hold it because I'm gonna be doing the Hot Ones challenge in a couple weeks. I want to say I was actually gonna do it for my birthday, but I don't think I'll be able to get all the hot sauces in time because I'm just starting a job, so I don't get paid right away. But I was gonna aim to do a birthday stream and do the Hot Ones challenge, so you guys can watch me suffer. So I want Lone Star in here. I don't know where he's at. He's probably drinking or playing video games. I tagged him in the Discord. Let's see. Let me hear some in the Discord real quick. The next thing I want to talk about is about to try salsa. I got a message. Why are you messaging me? Oh, okay. So the next thing I wanted to talk about, and again, I want this to be more and more interactive with going forward. Whew. I need that good shit. Holy fuck. The next thing we're going to talk about is Camp Cretaceous. Now, Camp Cretaceous Season 5 was the final season of the show. And it is the, I will say, official. Okay, Dominion came out beforehand. I really thought they were going to do Season 5 Camp Cretaceous, then Dominion. But the way the theater was working, and they were always going to, with the way they released Camp Cretaceous, Dominion was always going to come before Camp Cretaceous. So, Camp Cretaceous Season 5 aired. It is the official last media, if you will, as far as TV shows and movies to carry the Jurassic World, Jurassic Park name. Season 5 aired. All 12 episodes are now on Netflix. I'm going to say all 5 seasons are on Netflix. You can view them, you can binge them, at an average of about 5.5 hours a season. So it'd be good just to sit there and binge it for a day. My kiddo does almost like every other day. My kiddo will watch the show because it's dinosaurs. He loves it. So with season 5, the Jurassic era has officially come to a close. We have Dominion having hit theaters in June. Camp Cretaceous is airing on Netflix. This season, however, did tie up some loose ends. So if you have not seen Camp Cretaceous Season 5 or Jurassic World Dominion, a spoiler warning is in effect. Now, I would like this to be a spoiler-free review, but hell no, that ain't gonna happen. I'm gonna dive into this because it's my favorite franchise. I would love to have discussed this with Justin, but again, Justin is recovering. Again, he's fine. He's ornery, taking his meds. He's high. So this season does tie up some loose ends from the Fallen Kingdom to Dominion. It also ties up the Nublar 6's story. Now that's what the kids have been called since the beginning. There's 6 of them. They've been on the island. They've been on Nublar. They did move to another island, thinking they got off. They moved to another island that was run by a company called Manticore, which, surprise, is Kenji's dad's company. So Kenji's dad plays the hardcore manipulative villain. Now, of course, in the first 10 minutes, he starts off great, like, oh my god, I gotta get you kids home. I thought you were all dead. I'm gonna help you. And then just slowly you see him just descend into manipulative evil, like Palpatine with Vader. not to that extent, but that's where the manipulation comes in. We also get Dodgson back. So, Dodgson, we have Dodgson here. Nobody cares. Dodgson did make his return to Jurassic World Dominion as the CEO of Biosyn. He was also the one who paid off Nedry in Jurassic Park and caused that ruckus to happen. But Dawson was in this series for, I believe, 2 episodes. And of course, this is how we find out one of the loose ends that we were learning what happened is that Dodson employed Manticore to create the control chips. That they discovered that they could control the dinosaurs with a chip in their skull, which is used in Dominion. We see this that when they move the dinosaurs, they send a command to the chip, and the dinosaurs do what they want them to do. Um, unlike unlike the where in the show they can just stop them, they just make it to where they just tell them to go where they want them to. So Manticore does get that technology to them. The kids do their best to stop it. However, the kids also manage to fake a reactor overload, and Kenji's dad ditches them. Kenji's dad, Daniel, I think his name is Daniel. I know his last name is Khan. Tries to get Kenji to go with him, but Kenji decides to stay behind with his friends, and they're left on the island. Now, of course, the reactor overload is completely fake. That was all Brooklyn and Yaz and them just playing it off. In the background, though, we do have Darius's brother Brand getting Roxy and Dave back, our favorite camp counselors. They go to Nublar to no avail. They don't find the kids there. They do find their old campsite. And then, of course, they end up on Manticore because May stayed on Nublar, and she runs into them, so that's how they get back to Manticore Island. And in a very touching and warming reunion, we see Brand finally find his brother. They're of course on the dock when the boat pulls up. Darius and his brother hug. Dave and Roxy, of course, get the other kids, and it's a big old group hug. And it's a happy ending. I hate most things don't get happy endings. It's got a happy ending. And I honestly would have been fine had they ended it the way they did. So they ended partially. The boat gets back to the mainland. All the kids get to their families. Yeah, Sammy, Ben, Kenji ends up going with Darius' family because his dad's a jerk, and his dad was arrested. I do believe Brooklyn mentioned that the cops were called when they landed. That his dad was arrested as soon as his plane landed, and then it blacks out, and then we get a how do I put this? A Rugrats all grown up moment. For those of you who saw the Rugrats all grown up, we get a Rugrats all grown up moment, and all the kids are older. They did a little time jump. We knew this might be a thing, and Darius is giving a equivalent of a TED talk about his experience being left on the island to survive on their own, and of course what their whole ordeal was. And he's doing what nobody should ever do in your own channel. You should never reply to your own comments. He was doing that, but we see Kenji older. They have a nice little group call. Sammy and Brooklyn are together. Sammy and Yaz are together. Sorry. What's up, Rock Ruff? There's one of my trusty mods. Sammy and Yaz are together. Yaz confessed her feelings for her, and it was very cute and very well done with that scenario. Yaz is being this overconfident, shy girl, and just managed to tell Sammy how she feels, and it's reciprocated. It was great. Of course, we get them on Sammy's farm. Ben is working with May. He's back on Manticore Island that apparently no one knows about. They did say secret island. Ben's parents don't even know where he is exactly. So, of all the mess of the islands from the original Jurassic story, the Cinco Muertes, Manticore seems to be the one that is not part of those 5 islands. So, this could be Jurassic Park was originally written by Michael Crichton, who wrote the original Westworld. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is like a Westworld type island, completely fabricated, artificial and everything, because we do get that with the environments. So of course Ben is back there visiting with Bumpy and May, so he's having the time of his life, and then Brooklyn pops on. Brooklyn's like, "Hey Darius, have you ever heard of the Lockwood Estate?" He's like, "No." She goes, "It's just a few miles north of you." And she's like, "There's just some crazy rumors, just keep your eyes open." Of course, Brooklyn's doing her investigative thing. So Darius is like, "Okay." As he's replying to a comment, we hear a thud. We're like, "No." And we hear another thud, and we hear a growl. So Darius, of course, gets up out of his chair, looks out the window, and he sees a brachiosaur grazing right outside of his house. This tells us that the Camp Cretaceous, another little time jump, takes place right at the end of Fallen Kingdom. And the show ends. So I really loved it. I loved Dominion. I loved Camp Cretaceous. Season 5 makes me like Dominion even more now, seeing the little callbacks from the microchips controlling the dinosaurs, how how Dodson got the Barbasol can. He picks it up and he's like, haha, I remember this. And he opens it up and there's little vials when Nedry had it and he was killed by the Dilophosaur. So it was good. Okay, I'm gonna close. This is like intoxicating. I'll try that here in just a second before I get to the Marvel news. So I personally give this, I loved it. I personally give it 5 out of 5. Camp Cretaceous, I will give a 5 out of 5. They handled the show very, very well. For a kids show, there were some dark moments, but there were some even better, brighter ones. Dominion, I will give an 8 out of 10. The only reason I give it that level of score is I wanted more Giga, I wanted more Rexy, more dinosaur action, but again, they have focused more on the story, which is really well done. What did you folks think? The people watching, what do you guys think of Camp Cretaceous? If you watched it, if you saw season 1, what do you think of how they did it? Jurassic World Dominion, if you've seen it, and we'll go from there. So I'm still no Lone Star. Am I gonna try this without Lone Star? Am I gonna light my ass on fire? And Lone Star's just gonna miss it because I know I got Rockruff, Kevin, probably Leia watching. No. So I'm gonna go ahead here. Now I don't have tortilla chips, so don't shoot me. But I have crackers. I know this is so terrible. But I have crackers. And crackers, come on. Chips are crackers, crackers are chips. But we're going to go ahead and try this salsa now. Rockruff, don't give me that. Don't give me that, Rockruff. Don't. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and try this. Lone Star has said nothing. That's okay, though. Let's see. Okay. I'm ready to show this is gonna tan my head. Is that gonna? Okay. All right. Rockruff, don't judge me. So here we go. Okay, that's actually not a good one. Okay, there we go. That's a good amount right there. All right. Oh, it smells so good. Okay. 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 It's got some heat. Ooh. Okay. Now, I didn't taste it at first. I'm sorry. Damn it. Come on. Okay. It's kicking in now. Ooh. Okay. What do we got here? Okay, it's building up. Oh, that's so trash. It's building. Oh, but it's so good. It's actually really, really good. It's like really tasty. I'm gonna get some more. Circle it around here. Hold on. There we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's a better one. Okay, that's better. This is actually something that I would eat on the reg when I'm feeling feisty. Oh man. Okay. It's a slow building burn, but damn, the flavor is there. Like for ghost pepper, usually ghost pepper doesn't taste that great. This actually tastes really good. Cool. There it is. Okay. Oh man, okay, there we go. Water doesn't usually help with hot, but I did need to drink something. Crackers dry you out. Ooh. Oh. Oh, I need a minute. I'm actually gonna eat a cracker. Hold on. Like cracker. Okay. Whew. Good call on this one, Lone Star and Cass. Not bad at all. It's really good flavor. My tongue is on fire. But actually, what I'll do though is I love torturing myself for you guys. I will put a redeem that I will eat a half a tablespoon. On the next, hold on. Fuck. Okay, it's like building at the same time. Oh my god. I'm okay. I'm okay. Whew. Okay. All right. I'm gonna put a redeem for this salsa because there's a lot. That I will eat like half a tablespoon for a channel redeem. Um, if I get my, oh damn, I should have done this. I would have got my 300 followers. If I had gotten 15 followers tonight on this podcast, I was actually gonna drink this. I was gonna drink, like, I mean, just go like this. Oh my god, I would have so done that. Okay, you know what? Next time for the Alga Rain Hour, I'll probably do it. I'll take it with me to campus. Okay. Moving on. It's still building. Okay. That's that good shit. Okay. So, we're gonna start with the least exciting news out of Comic-Con. I won't say least exciting. There's some other stuff, but Walking Dead. Now, if you're a fan of the franchise, Walking Dead has had some big news. During their panel, Rick Grimes and Danai Gurira, I don't know if I'm saying her last name right, but Michonne, or Okoye, however you want to remember her, they actually crashed the Walking Dead panel, and to fans' delight, they announced a new series. So Michonne and Rick will have their own 6-episode miniseries, where Michonne is actually looking for Rick now. Now, both of them did leave the show. Rick left the show in 2018. Michonne only a year later. She did leave Judith behind. And of course, at the point where she left Judith behind, Judith was a badass. But so she did leave Judith behind. So Rick and Michonne will have their own series coming. They're aiming for a late 2023 release. We also got a glimpse into the final episodes of the final season 11 Walking Dead. Those episodes will premiere October 2nd, of course, week by week. That is the end of the series. However, they've been announcing, many other series. There's supposed to be a series with Daryl and Carol, but I believe Melissa McBride is no longer doing that. But the final season of Walking Dead, season 11, finishes up October 2nd. Out of more Walking Dead news, they did announce a new anthology series. Tell me if you've heard this before. Justin and I went over this a couple weeks ago. Tales of the Walking Dead. Do Tales of the Jedi mean anything? Can I get Tales of the Jedi, please? It is a 6-part anthology series going over different points from different people about when and where how everything started. Now, one of the episodes will feature the Whisper. Was it the Whispers? I forget what they called themselves, but we do get the origin of that. The series will also be starring Terry Crews' own episode, Parker Posey, and many more. Again, it's a 6-episode single season run. Now, personally, I'm looking forward to it in a way, but I won't be diving into it to watch it. I haven't watched I caught up on Walking Dead last year, but that's only because I was bored house sitting, so I just decided to watch season 7 to season 10. Because I was one of those, when they killed Glenn, I stopped watching. And that was the season 7 premiere. So I actually have not watched technically 4 seasons that like I said, I caught up. It has not been the same since Glenn died. Other people will say it has not been the same since season 4, season 5. But for me, the season 7 premiere, I stopped watching, but I'm caught up. I'm 1 season behind. But season 11 is 24 episodes. So there's that. So that's, for me, that's like 3 seasons right there, because I'm used to Netflix shows being 8 to 10 episodes. So Walking Dead, season 11 will start finishing up October 2nd. The anthology series will premiere next year, along with the Rick and Michonne series. As far as, they didn't announce movie news. Now, they did announce 3 Rick Grimes movies. There's been no word on that yet, but if you go to our Trello, I will go ahead here, actually post the Trello link in the chat. If you go to the Trello, all the stuff is there with a couple links that from there. Moving on to the next topic, DCEU makes some huge announcements. Now, I'm going to go over what wasn't at the DCEU Hall H presentation. There was no Henry Cavill. He was rumored to be appearing there. He did not show up. Rumor of more Zack Snyder Justice League movies. Unfortunately, Warner Brothers did address that. They said that will not be happening. Ooh, still hot. Still hot. Hold on. Okay. DC has made it official that they do not plan nor will they employ Zack Snyder to do more Justice League movies, which is, I'm sorry to say, that cuts us fans deep. Frankly, I argue that Zack Snyder's Justice League is up there with Avengers. Is better than Avengers and Avengers Age of Ultron. At 4 hours, I don't care that it's that long. We sat through it. We watched it in one go. Sat through it. Enjoyed the hell out of it. I'm one of those just dying for more from Zack Snyder, but unfortunately, WB has shut the door on that. The next bit of news is that, let's see, so no Henry Cavill. They did not announce anything about the Flash. Nothing about Blue Beetle, even though we've been getting stuff on the Blue Beetle for a while now. The Flash wasn't a surprise because of Ezra Miller being an idiot. And then, of course, but nothing about the Batgirl movie. There's supposed to be a Batgirl movie that will be premiering on HBO Max, which will have Michael Keaton, and once again reprising his role as Bruce Wayne. He will be in that show. But here's what was at the DCEU Hall H. If anybody has been watching wrestling, you know Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson makes an entrance. He did not disappoint. He comes out to give a sneak peek for his upcoming passion project. Zolo being Blue Beetle. Yes, Zolo is a dream. I did not know I wanted Zolo as Blue Beetle until I saw him as it. Now, I had no problem with anybody else. But having seen his work in Cobra Kai and going to Blue Beetle, I'm sold. Like, kid can do it. Dwayne Rock Johnson comes out to promote Black Adam in full Black Adam costume and has a screen behind him just launching lightning everywhere. So he made an entrance in full Black Adam gear. And the footage he showed, for what people said, is that it showed more footage from the trailer that Amanda Waller, she is this universe's Nick Fury, but the evil Nick Fury. Like, nobody likes her. Viola Davis does reprise her role as Amanda Waller in the show, so she will be meeting with Black Adam in the movie. And while Henry Cavill wasn't there, Dwayne Johnson again teased fans, saying his now how do I put this, his catchphrase, that the hierarchy of power in the DC universe is changing. He is hyping fans up for a Black Adam Superman showdown. His exact quote was, "We've heard the fans, we know what you want." So, could we get... Now, I don't think we'll see Superman and Black Adam, but the way he's talking makes it sound like there's going to be a Black Adam versus Superman movie, and I am 100% on board with that. Hell, I'm on board with doing the comics. Superman and Shazam versus Black Adam. But, I want Henry Cavill back as Superman. I want Ben Affleck back as Batman. But that's just me. Stuff we'll probably never get, unfortunately. At least Superman, Henry Cavill's more of a chance than Ben Affleck, but we'll see. The Black Adam teaser was amazing. It showed off so much more. At least, a few things we didn't see before, that his powers are a curse, and we saw him just... Hawkman stood no chance. Oh man, you see the trailer has a shot of Hawkman going to smack him with a hammer, and Black Adam, without budging, just grabs him and throws him back. It's like, dude, you have no shot. So let's see here. That was a good one. Bless posted in their Discord. I'll tell you about it in a second. So Black Adam is looking to be a great DC movie. I hope that they get Henry Cavill back. And to lighten up the mood, Shazam! Fury of the Gods debuts a brand new full-length trailer, and man, it was so great. It's keeping the innocence about it. That it is, yes, that they are still acknowledging that Shazam is a kid, with these powers, and Zach Levi is just amazing at this role, playing a grown-up Billy. So, my favorite line from the trailer was, "I just threw a truck at a dragon. I love my life. That was great. This is a kid having fun. One of my favorite parts of the trailer is he sits across from Helen Mirren's character. Now, Helen Mirren, Lucy Liu, and Rachel Zegler, they play the daughters of Atlas. And the first A in Shazam's name is Atlas, in which he receives some of his powers as per the mythology. So, of course, that's why they're pissed at him. Um, but he's sitting across from Helen Mirren's character, and he goes, "Well, you know what, lady? I may not be as old as you, but I've seen all the Fast and Furious movies, and it's all about family." And I had to pause. This is the second time someone has been in a movie with another person. Spider-Man talking about Star Wars with Mace Windu right there in front of him. And now we have Zach Levi as Shazam talking about Fast and Furious with Helen Mirren right across from him, who Helen Mirren plays the mother of Deckard and Owen Shaw in the Fast and Furious movies. It's like, oh my god. It's like, you know who you're talking to, right? It was great, and just, I love that bit. Shazam is looking to be one of the better movies out of the DCU. I mean, up there with Wonder Woman, first Shazam, Black Adam. So I thought the TikTok meme, I thought there you go, Rock Rub. There we go. Okay, that's a good one. But that does tie up our talk for the DC Comic Con. So Black Adam does come out this year. Shazam says 22. So I think we're gonna get Black Adam, and then Shazam and Christmas of this year. I'm actually, you know what? Here, I'm gonna actually check that. Hold on. Let's see. It says here. So we're getting both of them this year. We're getting Black Adam, Shazam to Black Adam, I believe in October. Yeah, October 21, and we're getting Shazam exactly 2 months later, December 21. So we're getting Black Adam, which will probably do its traditional 40. Well, we'll do the 45 days and then go to HBO Max, and then Shazam will be Christmas this year. So we're getting two really good movies coming out this year. We won't have to wait much longer. And I for one am definitely looking forward to them. As expected, Disney and Marvel just obliterated Comic-Con. They popped everyone's heads, much like Wanda did in Multiverse of Madness with Mr. Fantastic, just popped heads. So now I say popped heads. Now there's a lot of info to go over here. They dropped trailers for brand new trailer for She-Hulk, trailer for Black Panther 2 that hits so hard with Chadwick Boseman having passed. Willie, David's dad, was talking about it in the Discord with me that it's crazy to think back when Chadwick Boseman was interviewed. He goes, they asked about Black Panther 2. He goes, "Oh, I'm dead," and he's since passed. It's like, ow, like it hurts to watch that. If the Black Panther trailer is any indication of how the movie is, because usually, they like to lie to us in the trailer. If the trailer is any indication of how the movie is going to go, they did Chadwick proud. They are honoring Black Panther. They are honoring his legacy, and I'm really looking forward to it, just for the simple fact of how Boseman was. And with Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Black Panther 2 does close out Phase 4. So Black Panther is the last media of Marvel to close out Phase 4, and starting Phase 5, we'll be kicking off with Ant-Man and Quantumania. If you watched that, Kang is front and center in the poster, and he is also one of the main villains in the movie. We also get a shot. Now, there's no trailer, but from what people described in the articles, is Cassie Lang is also in the movie. She will be fighting alongside her dad and Hope. But we also get that MODOK will be one of the villains as well as Kang. Bill Murray is still in an undisclosed role. We do not know who he's playing. We are very much looking forward to that. Ant-Man is one of my favorites. Paul Rudd can do no wrong. Somebody needs to tell Paul Rudd he's famous, but he's just way too much of a nice guy. And he doesn't age. He's a vampire. I'm sorry. Blade needs to hunt him. Paul Rudd's a vampire. Moving on. So this, I kind of dribbled this up a little bit, but basically what we have going on, moving forward to Phase 4. I'm sorry, Phase 5. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. It is the last one. James Gunn has said this is the last of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. He is done with their story. And Chris Pratt was actually very emotional when he was talking about it at Comic-Con. Now, James did clarify, and I can appreciate this type of spoiler beforehand. He He goes, no, he goes like, not everybody dies. He goes, nobody. He goes on to say like, look, not everyone dies. This is just the story ending, so I can appreciate that. We have Guardians of the Galaxy 3, The Marvels coming later that summer, and Secret Invasion, the series, coming in 23. Echo Season 1 and Loki Season 2 will also be eyeing a summer 23 release. New Disney Plus series. Loki Season 2. Mobius and Loki, man, we need that buddy cop comedy. We need that. I'm sorry. Mobius and Loki is our new buddy cop wish list. We go on to see Kevin Feige was very happy for this one, and with good reason. So will we. Blade. Mahershala Ali's Blade movie will premiere November of next year. I can probably guess Thanksgiving weekend. But it does say November of next year. Very, very much looking forward to this movie. The rumors have been swirling that Wesley Snipes is in it, in a Whistler type role. This is, take that with a grain of salt. This is just a rumor, but there's a wish list that Wesley Snipes, I hope he's in it as Whistler. Respect to Chris Christopherson for playing it originally, but I would really hope that Snipes is in this as like a Chris Christopherson type role as he's Whistler. That's a wish list casting. After that, we got another wish finally. Now, bit of a grain of salt on this one only because he has never been mentioned, and since Falcon Winter Soldier, Anthony Mackie's Captain America has never been mentioned since the show. He finally will get his first movie as Captain America: A New World Order. That will be premiering May of 2024. The new series Ironheart, Riri Williams, she is in Black Panther 2. We got good looks at her and Namor in Black Panther 2. Ironheart will have her own series. They are eyeing a fall of 23 release. Agatha, Coven of Chaos, not House of Harkness as we saw, but Agatha Coven of Chaos will be premiering later in 23 as well. And the big one that got a lot of applause was Daredevil Born Again 2024. An 18, Kevin Feige stresses an 18 episode run. It will be 18 episodes long. To my understanding, it is a one and done. Rockruff, yeah. To my understanding, Daredevil Born Again is to be a one and done. So it'll be 18 episodes and that's it. It'll be interesting to see how they handle that one. Daredevil is in She-Hulk. If you watch the She-Hulk trailer, he pops in at the end. He jumps over her, rolls. Now, it doesn't show his face, but we all know it's Daredevil. Charlie Cox will also be reprising his role 2 more times before his series in Echo. Him and Vincent D'Onofrio will also be in that one. And he will also be in Spider-Man Freshman Year. Triple Bibble, thank you so much for resubscribing 3 months. Ben Affleck better be Imagine. Holy crap, man. Imagine that. That would be crazy to see. Hey, it's the multiverse. It could happen. It's the multiverse. It could happen. But Tom Holland, yes. So about that, Rockruff. Charlie Cox will be reprising his role as Daredevil in Spider-Man Freshman Year, the animated series coming to Disney Plus. Tom Holland is not reprising his role as Peter Parker for this show. One thing that was noticeably absent for the next 5 years of Marvel cinematic releases is that there's no Spider-Man movie coming. This is a hope that Sony needs to just cough up Spider-Man now. Sony, unfortunately, though, will never cough up Spider-Man at this point because they have their own universe going. They have Kraven coming out, Madam Web, Venom 3, and they're probably going to do another Spider-Man movie at some point. Or Tom Holland is going to cameo in the Venom movies, so we'll see. But moving forward, Daredevil Born Again, Phase 5 will close. And this is for the hardcore comic book fans. Phase 5's last movie and show, now this is just a movie, but no shows after this, Thunderbolts, will be coming to the MCU. Now, I say coming to the MCU, now the Thunderbolts are technically a team of Marvel bad guys that have been seen. If I remember correctly, it's U.S. Agent, a few other people. So that could be where Wyatt Russell represents his role as Walker. We'll see. But that closes out Phase 5. July of 20, and that will be July 24. And the big one that everybody's been waiting for, Phase 6 will open with the Fantastic Four. No, there's been they have a director, but there's nothing else. We don't know who's been cast. We don't know the story yet. But Feige was on stage to announce Fantastic Four is coming November of 2024. And ladies and gentlemen, we have them. Avengers, Kang Dynasty, and Avengers Secret Wars. They are Avengers 5 and 6 respectively, and they will be that is how Phase 6 will close. The phases of 4, 5, and 6 are collectively known as the Multiverse Saga. Kang is, of course, the big bad. Now, Kang has been teased once in Loki. He obviously will be in Ant-Man and the Quantumania, so that'll be twice. We'll see if he pops up anywhere. I would not be surprised if he pops up in Agatha, Secret Invasion. What else we got here? Loki Season 2, he'd have to pop up in Loki Season 2. So, that's what we're basing that on. Now, of course, again, Marvel's keeping everything under wraps. So we just know the titles and the release dates of everything. But the next two Avengers movies are coming out in... Actually, let me click the article. I want to make sure I get the release dates right. Let's see here. Story continue. Okay. All that stuff. Phase 5. Okay, so there we go. Okay, it doesn't say anything about Avengers right here as far as release date. But if I remember correctly, they will be debuting in 2025, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, because they're teasing. They're like, oh yeah, here we go. So, Fantastic Four, November 8th, 2024, and here's how that will play out. Ending with the Avengers. Oh, sorry, not the Avengers. Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, May 2nd, 2025. Avengers: Secret Wars, November 7th, 2025. They are releasing two Avengers movies in the same year. Now, technically, we were fooled before. It was Avengers: Infinity War Part 1 and 2. It ended up being Infinity War and Endgame, but because these have different titles, I'm going to roll with them because they're just probably not going to play that game with us. From my understanding with Kang Dynasty, Kang takes control. Like, Kang is everywhere. And he is much more of a threat than he was in Loki and what he'll be teasing in Ant-Man and Quantumania. Secret Wars is, of course, basically we're getting Infinity War. That's Kang Dynasty. Endgame, Secret Wars. Okay. Personally, you cannot top Endgame. You can't top Avengers Endgame. I'm sorry. Now, I have no doubt they will do amazing. It will make billions of dollars. It will blow everybody away. But I will always have that soft spot for Avengers Endgame, you know? But we do. Kevin Feige, however, though, he did Lighthouse before. He said there will be no more Avengers titled movies. What do we have here? However, if I remember correctly, Tom Holland's contract, he does have, I believe, one or two more MCU movies. The Avengers would be perfect. Now, granted, that is 3 years from now, but he has one or two MCU movies left on his contract before he does basically revert back to Sony, and the Avengers would make sense as the Iron Spider or Spider-Man, whatever. But nobody knows who he is. Spoiler. But yeah, that's what we're looking at right there. Oops, I closed my window. I didn't want to close. Oh well. So there we have. Let's see. Tribble. $20. They're going to announce a new Iron Man movie. RDJ coming back. Good. God, I hope not. However, Ironheart, with his Riri Williams, her inspiration is Tony Stark. She has her own movie, her own series. I'm sorry. She has her own series coming out. So, I don't. Okay, I see RDJ coming back in the piece of What If Season 2, but he didn't do it for What If Season 1. And Marvel Zombies. Marvel Zombies is also coming. So, we'll see about that one. But I want to see them move forward. Everybody now, Thor is the big one sticking out. Now, we do have Thor Love and Thunder, so this is 2022. By 2025, there is no fifth Thor project. We don't know how they're going to handle it. Taika Waititi has said he would direct a fifth one, but Chris Hemsworth also said he does not want to ever get that buff again. His wife didn't like it. Go figure. But, I mean, we all want to see Thor's butt, so we're going to see Thor Love and Thunder at some point. Um, but that will cover it. So that is basically our show for tonight. I say my show. Justin again is recovering. He had a bit of a rough go at it. From my understanding, Justin got bit by a spider. Cool. Yeah, Thor's, but Justin was bit by a spider. Okay, it did get bad, but he got it taken care of. Lo and behold, he found out he was bit twice. Okay, and then he had MRSA. It's like, oh, good God. So poor guy went to the hospital. He is fine. He is chipper. He is asleep at the moment. So Justin's doing just fine, guys. In the meantime, we will be back. Most likely, probably go live on Sunday again. This is a good one to go live on Sunday here after Comic-Con. But we'd love to hear from you guys. We'd love to hear from the fans. What was your favorite thing from Comic-Con? What would you like us to talk about next week? I was going to talk about Primal tonight, but I went over Camp Cretaceous. I will save Primal for next week, and I say next week, this Saturday, whichever day Justin and I said go on. Primal is by the creator of Samurai Jack, so if you like Samurai Jack, you're going to like Primal. It is on Adult Swim Adult Swim Thursday night, HBO Max the next day. We will also be talking about Resident Evil this next week. I was going to talk about that tonight, but I pushed it because I want to talk about with Justin. So Primal Resident Evil we'll be talking about next on Saturday. Of course, Orville, and we'll go from there. But yeah, so that's our show for tonight. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. I appreciate the support. The push for 15. God damn it. The push for 300 followers continues. Now, I said at the beginning of the stream, I totally would have, if I thought about it earlier, I totally would have chugged this if it would have gotten me my 15 followers. If I could have put on my stream, like, I'll chug this if I get 15 followers to get to 300 by tonight. It's not going to happen, because I got work tomorrow now, and I got to sign off. But the salsa was good. If you did watch the stream, you saw me suffer a little bit as I took 2 bites and just let it linger. In the meantime, guys, remember, I will be streaming I won't be streaming tomorrow. Wow, I have work. Oh, that's weird to say now. I'm back at work now. I will be working tomorrow, so I will try to stream Tuesday some more Pokemon Fire Red. We are going to attempt to take on the Elite Four. Orville porn spinoff called Horville. You didn't see season 1 and 2, did you? Bortus' sex problem. You'll see it. Seasons 1 and 2. But that's it for tonight's show, guys. So remember, I will be streaming Tuesdays to Pokemon Fire Red. I will be streaming Dialga Radar for Pokemon Go Wednesday, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your Sunday. I hope you guys have a great week. And I will see you all in our next show. And make sure you guys tune in next week to bombard Justin. Give him well wishes. In the meantime, guys, though, again, thank you so much for joining. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Take care.